sure to check out brucemontalvo.bandcamp.com. brucemontalvo.bandcamp.com for my latest book, The Language of Symbols, and all sorts of merchandise from t-shirts, the Trump World Order t-shirt, the Hillary Not My President t-shirt, or the Jail Soros t-shirt. All available at the Bruce Montalvo store, the official Bruce Montalvo store, at brucemontalvo.bandcamp.com.
TalkStream Live introduces our first ever iPhone application, Mobile Talk Radio. Imagine having the freedom to take live talk radio with you anywhere you go. You'll be surprised how easy it is to use.
So I think what's going on here is that Obama is banking on unemployment falling.
Listen to live talk shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. TalkStream Live. Now available in the iTunes App Store.
Defending the Paris pullout. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
Yesterday was a big service to this country, I will tell you.
President Trump at a bill signing talking about withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord. Others in his administration still talking about it, too. Fox's Jared Halpern has more live.
Top administration officials won't say if President Trump believes climate change is real. EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt says the question did not come up during consideration of the Paris Climate Accord.
All the discussions we had through the last several weeks have been focused on one singular issue. Is Paris good or not for this country?
Pruitt says the U.S. can continue to reduce carbon emissions without Paris Agreement mandates through innovation and technology. As for his views, Pruitt says global warming is occurring and human activity contributes to some extent, but he questions to what degree and what the solution should be. Kathleen.
And Jared, nations around the world are pledging to double down on their efforts to curb global warming. German Chancellor Angela Merkel called President Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Accord as extremely regrettable, and that's putting it mildly, she said. 15 North Koreans linked to the country's nuclear program are being added to a UN sanctions blacklist.
The Security Council is sending a clear message to North Korea today. Stop firing ballistic missiles or face the consequences.
UN Ambassador Nikki Haley also warning that the United States is prepared to counteract North Korean aggression with actions beyond diplomacy and sanctions. Stocks close at record highs, the Dow climbing 62 points, S&P gaining 9 points, NASDAQ up 58 points. The latest jobs report shows a slowdown in hiring last month, but unemployment is down to its lowest level in 16 years. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100-plus job sites with just one click. Then their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. In fact, over 80% of jobs posted on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just 24 hours. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right. Free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/newscast. That's ZipRecruiter.com/newscast. One more time to try it for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/newscast.
President Trump's revised travel ban could be decided by the highest court.
After stinging lower court setbacks in both the Ninth and Fourth Circuits, the White House is following through on its pledge to take the fight for its temporary travel ban all the way to the highest court in the land. The 9 justices of the U.S. Supreme Court set to weigh whether the president's campaign rhetoric can be used as evidence that the order was intended to discriminate against Muslims. Libya, Sudan, Syria, Iran, Yemen, and Somalia are on the list of travel-banned countries. The latest version of the order would block refugees from those places from entering the U.S. for 90 days and suspend the U.S. refugee program entirely for 4 months. At the White House, Kevin Cork, Fox News.
The body of a third worker has been recovered from the rubble of a corn mill that exploded in southern Wisconsin. 11 people were injured in the blast that leveled the building. A group supporting people with terminal illnesses says more are taking advantage of California's physician-assisted suicide law.
Compassion and Choices says in California, 504 terminally ill patients asked for life-ending prescription drugs this past year. And they say that's just people who asked them for drugs. They believe there are likely many more. The California Department of Health keeps track of the formal numbers, and they won't be out yet until the end of June. But Compassion and Choices says nearly 500 healthcare facilities support patient choice, as do over 100 hospice locations. Doctor-assisted suicide was first legalized 20 years ago in Oregon, and it's now also legal in Colorado, Montana, Vermont, Washington State, and D.C. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Some imported frozen tuna cubes and steaks are being recalled. Hawaii-based Hilo Fish Company says they could be contaminated with the hepatitis A virus. Some of the products were distributed to retailers and restaurants in California, Texas, and Oklahoma. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News Radio.
Video of the week.
Oh yeah, if you want to support Bruce Montalvo and all the Montalvo Maniacs, yeah, be sure to go to paypal.com, yeah, and type in the Bruce Montalvo Show at gmail.com, yeah. And you can give Montalvo a $5 donation, $25 donation, even 25 cents, yeah, helps in the fight against the New World Order. Support the Bruce Montalvo Show. Go to paypal.com, the Bruce Montalvo Show at gmail.com, and help out the Montalvo Maniacs, yeah.
Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one-of-a-kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there. Thanks.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock. Conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy. Be sure to use our 40% off coupon, BRUCE40, at checkout to receive this fabulous offer.
Warning, warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted, because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
Forget about draining a swamp. It's more like flushing a giant toilet filled with man-sized turds.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders.
About to incite a riot. Make some noise, break up the silence. Scream and shout, no being quiet. Spread the facts until you buy it. Come to my den, I got toys for torture. We drink the blood fresh just to stay immortals. We bring a thug fest, calling all New Yorkers. And keep a bayonet for the future slaughters. Take your bets, the players make them offers. Heads or tails, your life is on a quarter. All the king's men tally up their horses. Forging ahead with a secret missile launching. Off to Georgia and start to cross the borders. In my bedroom, I'm making all the orders. If you come, you won't make it till morning. Get the picture, maybe kinda sort of. Ski mask, check. Extra filter, check. Scissors, check. Duct tape, check. H2O, check. Ammo, check. Ropes, check. Receiver, check. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. I got the right moves, I know what you do. You know I love you, but I'll still sue you. Don't take your questions onto a guru. I'll keep you guessing and give you two screws. Don't try to stop me, you cannot block me. How do you not see my fucking pot leaves? I got deep pockets, I'll send up rockets. You smell like vomit, I'm being honest. I got a Glock kid, my thumb is cocky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to a man that's harder than an erection that lasts 4 hours. And my co-host, who's so hot, the foreigners that cross the border say, "Ay, ja, ja." You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. How you guys doing? How are you, Jaja?
I'm hot.
That's right. They say, "Ay, ja, ja." Yeah, you're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. She's hot. And we're on live, on TalkStream Live, via Spreaker.com/The Bruce Montalvo Show. We are on the top 50 of TalkStream Live streaming talk radio broadcasts in the world. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on iTunes, The Bruce Montalvo Show on iTunes. And follow us on Facebook, The Bruce Montalvo Show. And at Twitter, at Bruce Montalvo and at Jaja. So, look, folks, I don't fear porn on my show, okay? But this show should be like, it should be rated like NC-17 because I mind fuck your ear holes. That's what I'm here to do, right?
That's right.
We're here to mind fuck the ear holes of everyone listening and speak. That's right. And you see what happened to him. He didn't do much with his life, Cornholio. He's like on Skid Row now. Yeah, speaking of Skid Row, that was a bad deal that would have led the United States to just being a whole Skid Row as a country. The whole country would have been Skid Row. The Paris Climate Accord. Sounds like a crappy car that runs on vegetable oil. Okay, look, folks, Trump doesn't want to get into a Honda Accord, okay? Trump wants to get into limos and jets, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? And he wants you to be able to do it too, right? Doesn't he want you to be able to like golf at his golf courses and, fly in his jets?
Well, I guess it's a trickle-down effect. It's not like has one little business. He's got a lot of businesses, and maybe his kids want to have businesses, and they want to have success. If nobody has any money, his businesses depend on you guys also. I mean, even though, the very high-end, whatever. I mean, what if they want to branch out? There's a lot of kids. What if they want to have, a Trump courtyard or,
Or Trump Airlines, right? Well, Air Force One is his personal airline, but you never know.
Yeah, and people want to say, oh, he's just an elitist.
Look, he is the epitome of what a capitalist is and should be, and that's good for America. Now, I'm not talking about crony capitalism or the hidden hand, okay? I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about pure, unadulterated fucking capitalism, okay? And that is what Donald Trump represents, okay? But no, all the liberal punani's are going to scream into their loudspeakers now, oh, climate change denier, climate change denier. You idiots, okay? You go to college, right? Why don't you look up the Vostok ice samples? Okay, that proves there's no global warming. Okay, better yet, it proves, well, there is no globe to begin with, but it also proves that, if anything, the Earth, the Tierra, is cooling. Okay? So, you have your big college brains, right? Why don't you go look up Stalin's propagandist, Lysenko, because that's all you have become, all you Marxists and your freaking institutions, or your freaking Marxist institutions. You've become Lysenkos, all of you. So look that up, okay? But no, I mean, don't they suffer from like derangement syndrome? I mean, literally, they sound like 5-year-old kids screaming, "I hate Trump! I hate Trump! I hate Trump! And I hate Trump! And I tell you what, I want his taxes released, and I hate him."
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like my mother-in-law too.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell you about the date of the week later and what happened there, and then, right? No, but they sound like that.
You just did.
They sound like fucking 5-year-olds having a temper tantrum. They say Trump's the little 5-year-old. Oh no, dude. Okay. So anyway, they're saying that they're gonna scream that he's a climate change denier. They're gonna scream it at the top of their lungs.
Meanwhile, there's geoengineering the atmosphere and manipulation of everything, including the food and the water. And
Bilderberg's going on, and I don't see no Antifa outside of that little shindig, right?
Right.
Right. But no, okay, to quote Al Gore, oh my God, the sky's falling now, oh my God, Trump didn't sign the climate accord, oh my God, man bear pig, whoa. Really, fucking Al Gore? That is who they have as an authority? Al Gore and Bill Nye, the fake science guy, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, all these fucking hacks are supposed to tell me what science is? Really?
It's great that he didn't sign that. That shit is a load of crap.
It's great. Look, that fucking Paris Climate Honda Accord would have been like 400 knives to the heart of the U.S. of A. Okay? Trump had to ditch it for this country to survive. Okay? They want to attack America's climate, America's with this phony baloney. It's not even an issue, the whole climate thing. They want to attack the climate of our economy, our infrastructure, right? Because other than that, I mean, you want global warming, just go outside and stand in front of the freaking sun. That's the sun warming you. It's Earth warming. I hate saying globe. I feel so like I'm deceiving people when I say globe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but
why don't you look at the old maps, the old cartography pre-Copernicus?
That's right. You're dropping some bombs of knowledge, Chaja.
Yeah, just look up Copernicus maps and see what the world looked like, and even thousands of years before that. It's different.
Yeah, I'm questioning if we live on a globe and if dinosaurs ever existed. You see how phony those damn things are. I mean, we walked around and saw the dinosaur bones all over the place, and they all look like a bunch of sculptures. Why were they discovered in the Victorian times? There's no mention of them in the Bible and the Torah. Nothing. Fucking dirty, stinky Native Americans never found any fucking dinosaur bones to put on their head and dance like, oh, chaka, ooga, ooga. None of that. No triceratops on their head, nothing.
What to paint on their teepees, or same with the Aborigines.
That's right.
They would have painted it. They would have drawn it. They would have somehow, early mankind, they would have drawn it in the rocks. There's none of that shit.
That's right, folks. Look, we take you to the outer limits, okay? Okay, there's so much talk of aliens, robots, and apocalyptic insanity on this show that, you don't know what to shake your lightsaber at, folks. Okay? But seriously, going back to the climate change thing, okay, the Honda Accord climate change, it hurt. Obama's climate change agenda literally hurt American GDP by something like $2.5 billion. I mean, Obama thought he could just persuade everyone with his Mr. Hanky the fucking Christmas Pooh smile while he's robbing you blind, all right? Robbing you blind for some shit that doesn't even exist. Climate change, something that doesn't even exist. Global warming. Oh, give me a break. It's called the sun, you jackasses. That's your fucking global warming, you freaking morons. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the fake science. Aren't you?
Mm-hmm. It's like global cooling, huh?
Yeah.
Really like
so I applaud, yes, I applaud President Trump for telling those Euro trash climate change bastards that America's not a fucking doormat and that their days of screwing Americans up the butt are over. Okay? Trump crushed their world climate tax because that's what it is. It's a world climate tax. What's next? They want to tax you to breathe. Okay, so Trump defeated that. He nipped it in the bud. Trump has defeated the deep state climate propaganda. He literally is like the Charles Bronson of politics, Trump is. That's right, I said it. The Charles Bronson of politics. Okay? I see him driving a stake through the vampire world order's heart. Okay, I'll tell you why. You know, they hate him. They hate him because he's not only devastating these globalist cucks, okay, these flat earth denying elite. But he's like one of the only politicians that truly tries to keep his promises, for real. I mean, I'm starting to notice that.
Yeah.
Out of all the politicians, I mean, he's kept at least 60% of his promises, which is better than what anyone expected.
I expected it. He's a businessman. He gets things done, and he says things, and
he talks real loud too. I mean, you give him a mic, he gets loud.
Some things are harder to get at than others, but it doesn't mean that he won't. And he does a good. I think he's fine. I mean, I'm actually tired of talking about him. Actually.
Well, this is the United States of fucking America, and I talk about Trump on the show. Otherwise, we wouldn't get any ratings. Look, what else are you going to talk about? Just look at The View. I mean, they don't have any ratings, but they're talking about Trump. You know they're going to get some ratings. Okay? Anyway, go back to the fake science, okay? And the fake scientists, like I mentioned, the Neil degrade, because that's what he is. He's degrading your mind. Tyson, Bill Nye, the fake science guy. I mean, they're considered authorities. I mean, really? This topsy-turvy, loony left. I mean, Trump had to pull out of this thing. I mean, Trump is pulling out of bad deals and scams quicker than you would pull out of a Crenshaw hooker, folks. Okay? Because there was nothing but restrictions on America. I mean, it would have devastated our infrastructure. That's why Trump pulled out. Okay? And here's the thing. The pansy left is going, oh my God, carbon dioxide, oh my God, it's going to kill us. I mean, do they know where carbon dioxide comes from? Do they really?
No.
Okay, where does it come from, you idiots? Trees. Trees, you idiots. Trees didn't kill us before Trump. And I don't think they're going to kill us after Trump. It's not going to be like Planet of the Trees. They're just going to rise up and like choke us to death, right?
Yeah, that's why in China they have trees now. They're being built within their architectural structures, and
that's actually good for you.
Yeah, because it's good for you. It cleans up the smog.
Here's the thing. Look, that Paris Honda Accord, bad deal. Bad deal, plain and simple. It's literally the politicization of science to just prove a bunch of falsehoods. That's all. Right? That's why the left is so hysterical. Okay, they're playing the victim as usual. That's all they know how to do. When on the record, you know, I know, we all fucking know that they have been inciting violence since the election and after the election. Right?
Maxine Waters is like horrifying.
Horrifying. Okay? The anti-Trumpers are horrifying, which leads me to my next segment. Enough already. Okay? The anti-Trumpers will be trumped, folks. Yes. I, Bruce Montalvo, the master of the double ententes, okay, the best puns you'll ever hear on talk radio or here on the Bruce Montalvo Show. And let me tell you something, okay? The liberals are giving themselves therapy on how to deal with their insanity until Trump is, and get this, impeached.
Mm-hmm. They think so, but it's not going to happen.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but like you just said, it's not going to happen. Actually, I love telling them I told you so. Okay, because they got zero, they got zilch, they got nada, there's no collusion, no crimes. Trump is going to Trump them. So enough already with the Russia crap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Seriously, it was like, I'll tell you what this election was. It was like Hillary Clinton, and even after that, it was like Clinton was Apocalypse from the X-Men. You know, when Apocalypse is choking out Mystique. That's what it was. And Trump showed up like a Roman warrior to behead that evil Medusa-looking bitch. Okay? And she's still yapping. Could you believe it? She's blaming everybody. She's even blaming fucking Macedonia.
Mm-hmm.
Macedonia, folks, are the latest to get a call from Hillary. Okay? I wonder if Hillary's going through the yellow pages, calling everyone on the yellow pages just to let them know that she's going to add them to the list of reasons why she lost the election. Right? I mean, that hag should just get over it. Just shut up and go away. Okay?
It's amazing because you think that, you know, that when she came out with all these doubles, and who the fuck is she? I mean, what would happen even if she did run?
No, that's right. Last year, around September 11th, we didn't know how many doubles she had. She was worse than Saddam Hussein.
Yeah. Worse than Castro.
And will someone please take away Twitter from that twit, Hillary Clinton? Okay, because you know trumped her. Trump's like the master of the double ententes. He's like a subliminal master. Okay, so he tweeted a word that was German and Latin that basically explains fake news, you know, proliferators. Okay, those who articulate and proliferate fake news. And they thought he misspelled coffee, and you should see all the memes. They're like going crazy on Image Flip right now. Like, Kavfifi. And this idiot actually retweeted back to him, oh, Kavfifi. Seriously, take away the Twitter from that twit, Hillary Clinton. Okay, it says twit for a reason. Because it turns some people into twits. That one, she should just go back into the woods. No, just go back in there, get lost permanently. Okay, we don't need you.
She's a quitter.
I'll say it in a language she understands, in a socialist language. No te queremos, no te necesitamos. Did fucking Castro say that once? That freaking Medusa-looking bitch. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, now she's blaming fucking Macedonia. Can you believe that?
What is that, macadamia nuts?
Look, I'm looking through...
Nuts, huh?
She's batshit crazy nuts. Look, I'm looking through the book of evidence of... the book's called Evidence of Russia Involvement in Anything. And guess what? Guess what, folks? All the pages are blank. All the pages are blank because they got nothing. They got nothing. And Trump, all he did was say no to a bad deal, a scam that would have crippled American infrastructure. Okay, so I'm going to play a trip of Trump. Not clump. Trump. I got a clump in my throat, folks.
You're stumped by the clump?
I'm stumped. I got Pepe the Frog is in my throat. I'm about to spit it out. No, listen, folks. I got a clip of Trump here agreeing to all of us that he's our president and not Paris's freaking president. Here, check it out.
At what point does America get demeaned? At what point do they start laughing at us as a country? We want fair treatment for its citizens, and we want fair treatment for our taxpayers. We don't want other leaders and other countries laughing at us anymore, and they won't be. They won't be. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
See, that's the thing. See, they were laughing at us before Trump. I mean, you saw it when Trump went to the Middle East. You saw they gave him a grandiose introduction, celebration, when he got there. They welcomed him, big time. It was a big time celebration. And when Trump was there was like two little camel jockeys from Saudi Arabia. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. For Trump, it was grandiose, an epic celebration, right? Because they're not laughing at us anymore. So to Mr. Trump, he's got a lot of Goldman Sachs deep state people in the swamp, but he's in there, and I think he's genuinely like the Swamp Thing in the sense that he's like a crime fighter. Because the Swamp Thing wasn't like an evil guy, but he lived in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to Trump, I give him a hell yeah. That's what I'm giving him.
Give me a hell yeah.
Give him a hell yeah. He did something. He does good things sometimes. This is what this show does. We don't bash Trump. It's pros and cons because we know at the end of the day, it's a bipartisan, big government establishment circus, and they're all laughing at us. And Trump is just a charismatic figure being used by the Illuminati. I mean, you don't know. They went back in time. The Pegasus freaking time travelers went back in time and probably told Trump he was going to be president, and they told him what he was going to do, and they told him when he was going to do it. And nothing happens just because, folks. Okay, they got a patent on fucking time machines. CERN is a giant time machine. Okay? What do you think who do you think invented the internet? Okay? It was invented over at CERN. You see the www? In Hebrew, that's like sixes, right? Right? So that's right.
6 number.
And on the CERN logo, there's 3 sixes. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to get into a whole plethora of science stuff in a minute, folks. But it's, that's what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to take us to the stars probably for the first time ever, right? Mm-hmm. We'll leave the flat plains and get over the Van Allen belt radiation that hovers over the flat earth like a dome. Exactly. And finally get out into the stars. Finally. Maybe it could finally happen under President Trump.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You got to be more optimistic than that. You're not.
Why should I be? I don't even believe that we went to the moon.
She doesn't believe we went to the moon. Anyway, folks, let's go to some rapid-fire topics right here. Some rapid-fire news on Montalvo News via paper.li. Okay, they keep crying, but Wall Street is hitting a record high as the economy is seen accelerating. Under Trump, it's accelerating. Okay, what was it like? The jobs, there's like 138,000 jobs added to the market. And $3.3 billion added to the stock market. Okay, Trump pulls out of climate accord. I was elected to represent citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris. What is so wrong with saying that? I mean, on CNN, they want to crucify Trump for saying this. I mean, they got Kathy Griffin on CNN beheading Trump. But little did she know she was going to behead her entire career. So she beheaded herself by beheading the Trumpster.
You think so? She's so tight with Cooper.
They kicked her off of CNN already. Didn't you hear? No more New Year's little fucking bash where you get the French kiss Anderson Pooper Scooper. It's over.
Maybe he was just like too put off by it. He was like, she's getting uglier by the day. I don't want her kissing me this year.
They don't want her kissing you. They don't want her. He doesn't want her getting kissed this year. I don't know who's a her in this situation, Anyway, globalist cucks are triggered after Trump puts America before the Paris Agreement. Good. This is beautiful, folks. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. It's America first. It's what Trump promised, and what we're supposed to be beholden to the wishes of Jean-Claude Juncker. Snubbed and furious, Juncker vows Brussels will block trade deals. Juncker rejects German plan to tie EU funding. That's who the new axis of evil is. Okay, it's the EU. They're the new Nazis. Okay, these Prussian freaking descendants of Nazis, like this guy that's running Luxembourg, and he's one of the EU heads. All right, this Juncker guy, basically saying he's going to sandbag Trump on a worldwide, on a worldwide note. He's going to do everything he can to sandbag Trump. I mean, these guys. I mean, they're like, it's like when you're driving down the street and there's like a stupid driver that's in front of you. They're just like farting right in front of you, and you're like, get out of my fucking way. Okay? I mean, that's what they want. They want a bureaucratic oligarchy everywhere. Okay? It's just unfucking believable. But at the end of the day, I mean, are they really fighting? I mean, are they really going to go toe-to-toe with the EU? I mean, isn't it like Dr. Strangelove? I mean, didn't one of the guys, the generals, Slim Pickens, and Dr. Strangelove said, this is it, boys, going toe-to-toe with the Russians. Mm-hmm. And now we're going toe-to-toe with the Russians today. I mean, that's an old movie, right?
Yeah.
Very old. So why does it follow the timeline that we're going through today? Okay? And that's the thing. Look, people have no idea that Hillary gave ICBMs to Russia, allowed Russia to have an endless amount of hydrogen to make their ICBMs. I mean, to make Satan 1, Satan 2, all those weapons of total mass destruction that Russia has. So isn't it stupid to keep poking the bear, knowing that Russia has all this weaponry? But Clinton knows she's doing it on purpose, almost like she wants America to be blown to smithereens by the Russians. Because she's the Chinese spy and Russian spy in the government. Okay? And they're so mad. Why are they so mad? Trump announced $3.3 million being added to the stock market. Okay? You have Trump withdraws from U.S. He doesn't withdraw from the U.S. He withdraws U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement. So we're getting out. We're getting out. Trump withdraws, and they're all reacting like a bunch of little bitches. Okay? They're all going to cut their own heads off, just like Kathy Griffin did. She didn't cut Trump's head off. She cut her own damn head off. Meanwhile, the media is obsessing, is Trump getting fatter? Is Trump gaining weight? Oh, they're putting pressure on him. Oh, he's been lonely. He just came back from like epic celebrations in Israel and even hung out with that dumbass Pope. Which reminds me, I want to see the memes of the week. So I named it Communism is Bad, Pope. That's right. See, if you go and you see the memes on, you subscribe to the Bruce Montalvo Show on YouTube, and you'll see Doofus tells the dope communism is good, and the dope agrees communism is good. Then Trump, of course, says communism sucks, and then you see that hideous face that Pope made when he was taking a picture with Trump. So, but yeah, why don't you question the dope about the Franklin cover-up? What's he going to say? Oh, what's that? And then you say, what about the desaparecidos? Never heard of it. And then you tell him, Pizzagate. Oh, what? You're crazy. That's what it is. The 3 steps to calling you a batshit crazy wingnut and allowing the Jesuit pedophiles that are really running the show to get away with murder. I mean, why is it that every politician has a fucking pizza joint? What, Nancy Pelosi has Go Ahead Pizza, and that one guy, that Herman freaking Cain has Godfather's Pizza? I mean, give me a break. I mean, they're all involved in this satanic Washington District of Columbia freaking Illuminati pedophile cabal. And we just let them get away with it. Meanwhile, people are so upset. Jackasses are so upset. Butthurt. This Mexican businessman. I don't know what kind of business he did. I mean, if anything, they should learn to flush the toilet paper down the fucking toilet instead of having these shit paper like receptacles everywhere in Mexico. Everywhere. They don't flush their shit toilet paper down the toilet. But now they're going to have Trump toilet paper in Mexico. Believe that? Apparently Trump didn't patent toilet paper, and now some asshole named Antonio Battaglia. Didn't even know Battaglia was a Mexican name, Spanish name. Sounds Italian, right? Anyway, they're patenting a butthurt Mexican businessman patented Trump toilet paper. Isn't that despicable?
It's gross. The dump, take a dump with Trump.
Take a dump with Trump. Oh, man, you're just giving them free ideas now. I mean, why don't you just look up his phone and call him? Maybe we can get some dough out of it. All right? I'm a true capitalist, folks. All right? If there's money, let's make it. Okay, but you believe that? Take a dump with Trump. I mean, it's just gotten insane. Really, really. I mean, it's
Didn't
just
your cousins
nutty.
hate Trump also? I mean,
Not only do they hate Trump, but some of them. Okay, I know a couple of freaking pepper belly eating bastards in Mexico that unfortunately are related to me. They threatened to kill me as well. That's right.
unbelievable.
That's right. So that was the memes of the week. Pizzagate Pope, communism is bad Pope, and my what the fuck moment, right? Trump toilet paper. Okay? How about this? You see the tweet of the week this week? It was Mr. Met. You went to some Mets games, right? Mr. Met, you know the giant Mr. Met? Well, he went crazy, started flipping the bird at people.
The mascot.
The giant baseball head at the Mets games.
Crazy, man. Everybody's losing it.
He lost it. I don't know what pissed off Mr. Met, but the freaking MLB is already apologizing for him, and they fired him. So, Mr. Met, what was next? What was he going to do? Decapitate the Philadelphia thing or whatever that green thing is? I mean, it could have gotten bad, folks.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to hit a home run with his exit.
No, yeah.
Or foul out. Maybe he wanted to foul out. That's what it is. Make a grandstanding foul.
That's the inside baseball on the tweet of the week right there. How about the video of the week? Okay, if you thought Mr. Met flipping off, Mets fans, he's probably just telling me, you're never going to win. Fuck you. Stop heckling me. If that wasn't bad enough, what about this guy that couldn't dance? You saw that video? I'll show you. He's dancing, and then he just body slams his chick.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I mean, if that wasn't bad enough
It's like wrestling or
to
something.
dance, I mean, you have to body slam your broad too? Okay? It reminded me of Trump trying to dance with the Democrats. That's the dance move you should do to them. You're dancing, and then you suck at it, and then you just freaking Alabama slam them over your head. It was funny.
Yeah, what about the movie of the week?
The movie of the week? What was it?
Yeah, we saw a great movie with Richard Gere.
That's right.
Norm, the Fixer or something.
It was a tragic fall of a New York businessman with Richard Gere.
Right, it was great.
Yeah. Well, he was... it just goes to show you can't have too many connections because eventually you'll get connected to the wrong people and just don't get connected to the Prime Minister of Israel. Even though I like Benjamin Netanyahu in this fictional tale, the guy was sacrificed.
It was kind of like a spy mystery movie, and it was also very intriguing because it was psychological because you get into the depths of a man's character, and in this case it was kind of tragic because he didn't mean any harm, and just see it. It's really great acting. Steve Buscemi did not make a good rabbi.
He was a terrible rabbi.
Terrible, being that kraut acting like... It's one thing if he's a kraut acting like an Italian, but he can't be a kraut who's known to be an Italian trying to play a Jew. It just didn't work. Okay,
yeah, and he was kicking trash on people and stuff. It was wild. And he thought he was in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, he thought he was in Reservoir Dogs. Mr. Pink at it again.
He's at it again. Anyway, let's go to dinner with Bruce and Ja. This is a good segment right here. We went to the University of Arizona's planetarium. Okay, we saw the little mineral show, and they had all the fake science, all the fake Freemasonic hubbubaloo. Oh, we went to the moon. Here are the pictures. Meanwhile, it's a bunch of pictures of the MGM Studios in London, where they faked the freaking moon landing.
No stars in the sky, no atmosphere.
Showing you a big round Earth.
Yeah,
right?
It could have been like even just a plot of land in New Mexico. You know, it doesn't even have to. There's no proof that it was the fucking moon. Where's some pictures along the way? How come they went to the moon, but you didn't have pictures along the way? You know, travelogue pictures. Here's us going past these stars.
And you know, they really named some of these satellites. NASA named some of these satellites such evil things, like esoteric names, like Osiris Rex, onto the Bennu asteroid. Okay, you know. What was it? Cassini finding a hexagon on Saturn. I mean, you know, but what was really interesting was the presentation we saw, which we were the first ones. Mm-hmm. We were the first audience to see the Phantom of the Universe
accidentally
at the University of Arizona here in Tucson at their planetarium with the Flandau Planetarium. It was crazy, though, but I didn't know that it was going to be a presentation on dark matter that focused on how CERN is trying to find the Higgs boson particle. And, you know, the thing is, we saw the whole thing. A lot of it is a bunch of Freemasonic junk.
Yeah.
They're not really telling you what it is.
But it looked cool because they showed you the structure of the Hadron Collider.
Right, it was like an aerial view. We hovered over CERN. But after we saw the thing, I went up to, you know, the university student that was running the whole thing, and I'm like, don't you think that the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC, could trigger, I mean, the magnets that are underneath the ground to make the collider, to make the atoms slam into each other, the particles, can it cause some type of some seismic activity? I mean, you've seen the area around Geneva, Switzerland, I mean, Italy, not too far away, they've been devastated by some quakes recently.
Yeah, and you asked the guy.
And he didn't say no. This is a university student, was basically speechless, didn't know what to say. He said, yeah, it could happen. And not only that, but then he also said that they're trying to open up, another dimension. Basically, they could open up another dimension. So I mean, it's creepy, folks. I mean, what is dark matter? It's basically like the ribs, the meat in between the ribs, you know, that hold the ribs together, right? This invisible matter, they say. That literally, I mean, it's flying through you right now. These subatomic particles are falling from space, flying right through you, and they're trying to find a way to harness this, what they've called it, the God particle. But again, a lot of Freemasonic hubbubaloo. It's basically what we think it's a giant freaking time machine. CERN is a giant time machine. Okay, they could tell you they're trying to smash, particles and find this and that, but it's a freaking time machine.
Yeah, well, we were watching a lot of time machine movies, and I spoke to who we believe an MI6 agent, and she said that yes, they have a patent on the time machine, and it's actually they looked realistic. Okay, well they looked. We
thought she was an MI6 agent, but then we talked to her on the phone, and then we fixed that, right?
Anyway,
she was offended. Like, I'm sorry, I think you're a spook, but anyway, tell me about this time machine.
Anyway, yeah, there's a patent on it, and that's the first thing. So, in the movies, they kept showing these low-level experiments, and everything was always blowing up. Everybody was doing it. So, it makes sense that, and we were watching the animation of the Hadron Collider, like all the levels of it. There's many layers of it, which would make sense because the time machines kept blowing up in these small localized experiments. You would need something, they realized, more powerful, bigger, and something that would contain the particles. Because
like the Atlas, one of the colliders there. It's literally like a giant ring.
I mean, the concept is...
So you get the concept of the Lord of the Rings as well.
The concept is to put the density and the speed and have two molecules and pass through each other at a certain density and speed, and then they're colliding. So and then some of them might create time warps, not just portals, but like real time warps, and you don't really know what's going on. I mean, there's all these weird things that they have called the Mandela experiment.
Before that, they were referred as false memories. Now, this is going to really trip you out, folks, because if CERN is a time machine, then maybe it'll start to be conducive with some of the anomalies you may have noticed, such as, for instance, the cereal. Well, Milk Duds. Before I get into Fruit Loops, Milk Duds had a Milk Dud on the box.
A dash.
Right. What happened to the Milk Dud on the box?
Dash. The dash.
Yeah. Now they're saying the dash was never there.
Never existed.
Now, Fruit Loops, I remember it being called Fruit Loops. Now it's Fruit, like F-R-O-O-T Loops. Fruit Loops. But what's even stranger is lines out of movies have just mysteriously changed out of nowhere. Like Field of Dreams with that corny motherfucker Kevin Costner. What do you say? He hears a voice.
If you build it,
they will come. Well, now it's if you build it, he will come.
It completely changed.
How the fuck did that happen? Many of us Star Wars geeks, we remember hearing Luke, I am your father.
Yo soy tu padre.
Luke, I am your father. But now it changed to, no, I am your father. And yeah, I grew up, I had the VHS box set of Star Wars. Why do I vaguely remember hearing him say, Luke, I am your father? And then suddenly it was like, oh, it was cool. No, he didn't say that. Darth didn't say Luke. He says no.
And get this one. What about the Monopoly board? There was Ventura Avenue, and now it's Ventoon. Or Ventura. Ventura Avenue.
It's not even an avenue. It's like a street now. I don't even know what happened with that, but that changed.
They said it never existed.
And you have Forrest Gump, which many of you probably remember as life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You remember that line, right? I remember it. I had it on VHS. I had the movie on VHS. I remember that goofy fuck saying that. And now it's life is, or life was. Life was like a box of chocolates. So, I mean, what the fuck is going on? Something strange is going on. It's quantum physics. Now we have quantum computers, which leads us to believe that we could very well be in a simulated reality. Okay? I told you it was going to be deep, folks. I mean, it's like the multiverse. There's many universes, many altered realities, many parallel worlds, and you don't know. They could have altered something in one world, and it will definitely affect this world.
Yeah, they could be tripping back and forth without your knowledge. You might not even know what's going on.
Or the Pegasus Project and Project Scanate, or all those other projects that did the remote viewing. But this is like time travel. I mean, they're sending things through the time warp or whatever they create at CERN. They're sending things through it. Maybe something can come out of it as well.
Yeah.
A demon.
Well, they said that
a monster.
There was a guy in Japan in the 50s. He had a passport and he was hysterical. He was looking. There was a whole other country that existed that just didn't exist even on the map today.
That's right. The strange man from Tokyo.
Yeah, and then there are maps that were somehow preserved from hundreds of years, from the 50s, but it was hundreds of years before that. It was like 3 centuries before they got hold of, switched up the maps, and they showed a whole other area, a whole other part of the earth after, like the bottom of India, and it just went on,
Or how about
Ethiopia.
An island above Australia that just vanished off the map?
And that one,
but I have it right here.
Everyone remembers.
A Man Without a Country. Who was the mystery man from Tau Red? Tau Red, that was the country He showed up in Tokyo and said he was from Tau Red, became hysterical when they told him his country didn't exist. And that's what this thing is called, folks. It was classified around 2015. It's a new thing to call it the Mandela effect. But before that, they referred to it as false memories.
Yeah.
You see here the Star Wars, Luke, I am your father. The Life is like a box of chocolates from Forrest Gump. If you build it, they will come from Field of Dreams.
And Sandy Island in New Caledonia, which is an Australian property. Was it Australia? Somewhere. They said people have memories, photo. I mean, it just doesn't exist though anymore. It's like they erased it. People remember it, but they erased it out of the dialogue, out of history, out of our knowledge, out of our data bank. We're the only people that will remember it, just the humans that have seen it.
And that could be a reason why so many people are targeted. Why some individuals feel that they're targeted because they remember these memories.
And wasn't it at the planetarium? Well, no. I mean, the Cauldron Collider, I was reading something that they were targeting around like 637 people. And who knows? I mean, maybe some of our ideas are being sent back into the past and into the future. And who knows? Maybe they found interesting people to target to play with time warps.
And you're sharing a storm here. On Montalvo News, some articles, 5 strange claims about CERN, time waves, portals, and hell. Finally, the time machine. Says here, a physicist disappears into a mini black hole created by CERN, the particle accelerator in Switzerland, Geneva. But you look, I asked an academic that was running the freaking planetarium show, do you think CERN and the magnets under CERN that power the LHC can cause some type of seismic activity that could trigger a massive earthquake? It was crickets.
I don't know.
Crickets.
Could be.
He had no freaking idea, folks. But we're telling you here, the mysteries of the universe are being unfolded, unveiled before your very eyes here on the Bruce Montalvo Show, and because that's what we do. Okay, we don't pull any punches. We're traveling through the freaking time warp ourselves. Okay, through this hunt for the dark matter, the dark secrets that are in the universe that are not told to you, that you shouldn't expect to be told some of this knowledge, folks. I mean, they keep it hidden for a reason. Right? They totally keep it hidden from you, and it's up to you to do your own research. Okay, you know, don't even look at Trump as like your savior. You should be the president of your own freaking country. Okay, you. Okay, I mean, literally, that's why I'm calling the show the Grand Chessboard, because you know what they do to the pawns on the chessboard, right, folks? They're sacrificed. We are considered to be the pawns of the elite. I mean, Memorial Day just happened, right? Right? It was just the other day. Henry Kissinger, what did he say? He said, the troops are nothing but stupid freaking animals for us to use however we like. Something like that. And that's how they feel. That is how they wake up in the morning. That is the cup of coffee the elite have for the morning. A nice cup of fucking blood sacrifice. Your tears, your blood, everything. Okay, so you have to know, you know, with the death of the frontmen of the New World Order, the Brzezinskis, the David Rockefellers, you see the New World Order is still in full effect. You would think it was time for Jim Morrison to come out and start singing, "This is the end." But it's not. It continues. They continue. Okay? Their dynasty, their elite oligarchy, their oligopoly on us continues. This is a tale of how a few rule so many, folks. And like I said, we are the pawns on their chessboard, and we are to be sacrificed. And it is up to you to get yourselves out of the dregs that they have confined us in. There's so much occult knowledge. I don't expect you to believe everything I'm saying. I expect you to research it yourself. Don't take my word for it. It's healthy to have a critical thinking mind and want to be an explorer, because in today's world, hell, they'll tell you, the Admiral Byrds that basically found out that this was a flat Earth, and the first of all, the map on the UN, okay, the logo for the UN is a flat Earth map, and it has the leaves around it and whatnot. That is the ice cap, the ice, basically like a wall of ice that is around the flat plane of the Earth. So they're lying to you. They tell you it's a fucking planet, planetary government bullshit. But I don't expect you to believe me. I expect you to do the research yourself and find out, okay, like Yoda said, you must unlearn what you have learned.
It'll trip your head out. It'll kind of make you feel topsy-turvy, but you're just kept very local, I mean, what, you go to Paris, where you go to France, Russia, and you go to England, you go to Bora Bora. I mean, where the fuck you going? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, if you're a corny-ass white person, you go to Walla Walla.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for that one. But the thing is that we have destinations, and if you were like a sailor, I'm sure you'd be like killed if you like try to get past some of those borders, with the defined borders. And they've actually had missions, naval missions, saying that they've flown 2,000 miles past the.
And you can't travel to Antarctica.
North Pole.
Can you say I'm gonna go on a fucking 2-week vacation to Antarctica? Can you do that?
Mm-mm.
They tell you that's Antarctica. Now get the fuck out. And don't even think about exploring the Ross Sea, because we'll put a bullet in the back of your head and we'll grab you and we'll dump your head in the toilet after everybody's used it. So don't even think about it.
They won't let you see anything, and they won't let you do anything. There's something controlling you to keep you in here.
No, it's like the sky is falling if you get anywhere past. It's kind of like the Truman Show, that movie where he's like trying to get out of the manufactured set that is his life, and he finally hits the wall, and it's like a fake freaking set wall. It's not even. It was like not even a real ocean. It's just like the picture of an ocean.
That's exactly what it's like.
Anyway, time for my weenies and wusses segment. Okay, Al Gore is the weenie. He's a wuss too. Okay, because you've heard him. He's like, oh my god, Trump withdrew from the Paris. Oh my god, the sky is falling. Oh my god. That's Al Gore, right? I should have been president. W stole it from me. Right?
Yeah.
So, Al Gore is a total weenie. He wants you to believe in a cryptozoological creature that's part man, part bear, and part pig. And he also wants you to believe that he invented the internet, not CERN. That's Al Gore. That's the authority. Okay?
Maybe in one timeline he did.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Seriously. Al Gore. Oh my god.
Maybe he thought he did. Maybe
are you serial right now?
Maybe he's just his Alzheimer's.
I'll tell you what I'm super serial about. You know what annoys me? Having to hear Barack Obama speak still. That annoys me, okay? Look, I support freedom of speech, not anti-American Marxist speech. Sorry. I don't. I know, even if you hate them, you gotta let them have your speech. I don't want to see Barack Obama talking anymore, especially on the fucking television, because the left wants to say, oh, Trump is obsessed with television. No. Barry Hussein fucking jackass was obsessed with being on television. He is the one that should be in a mental ward. All of them should be in a mental ward. I mean, especially Hillary Clinton. She's blaming fucking Bill Hicks for losing now. She's blaming Macedonia. I mean, oh my God.
What the fuck is up? I mean, you know what it is? It's a joke on anybody who believes them. It's like, okay, you love her so much, but you're gonna still even believe her cockamamie.
I mean, she says, she goes up and gives us a phony fucking baloney speech about Trump's going to be impeached. You believe that? Okay, first of all, wasn't Hillary's husband a sex maniac who he himself should have been impeached? Okay? Isn't she surrounded by a controversy of pedophile rings, child sex rings?
Right.
All right? Didn't she defend pedophiles? Isn't John Podesta under scrutiny through the WikiLeaks emails that were released of Podesta's emails that have condemned? They condemned Anthony Weiner. Why haven't they gotten this Podesta guy yet? Why don't they send the fucking FBI, okay, who Hillary was choking to death, still is, to go investigate Nancy Pelosi's goat head pizza joint, huh? What are they doing there? Goat head? The head of the goat?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty satanic to me.
Huh?
Right? Right? She's defended pedos. She wants to say that shock jocks and alternative media have dark hearts because we noticed that there was a fucking green screen behind Anderson Cooper when he was talking about Sandy Hook. Oh, but we have dark hearts for seeing the truth right before our eyes. No, she has the darkest heart of them all. Okay, she is Satan's commie, pinko, fucking mistress. Concubine. Okay? I mean, lock, stock, and barrel, Hillary gave the Russians enough nukes and enough uranium to nuke us into the next lifetime. And she wants to talk about freaking collusion with Russia? Really? Podesta made that up. A pedo made that up to try to stump the Trump. But it's not going to happen. They can't stump the Trump. Okay? Okay, it was the end of Brzezinski. It's the end of Rockefeller. That's the thing. Like Charlie Chaplin said when he was pretending to be Hitler. He said, dictators die. Eventually they die. They don't last forever, but who takes over after the dictators? It's the same shit, different toilet.
Exactly.
It keeps going on. The left-wing Looney Tunes media will keep brainwashing libtards to revile Trump. I mean, I had my mother-in-law here this week, and, she's one of these Floridians. It's from New York. I don't have to tell you, a little libtarded, right? But I love her. We all have libtards in our family.
Yeah.
Politics shouldn't have to separate us, but you should have seen, folks. I mean, I tried to be polite and not mention Trump throughout her whole stay here. Okay, we showed her a good time. We took her out to eat, whatever. But, you should have seen how it's just indicative of how some of these anti-Trumpers act. As soon as you mention Trump, they go batshit crazy. They start to throw their rattle and their juice all over the place, and they start to scream, "I hate Trump! I hate Trump! I hate him! I hate him! I hate him! Why doesn't he release his taxes?" Okay, who are you, Rachel Maddow now? Look, release his taxes? Why don't you release your taxes? What, you want the IRS up Americans' asses? He's an American. He builds things. I mean, a lot of people just want him to redistribute wealth. I don't think so. Why don't you redistribute your own wealth?
You know why it's crazy? Because
you won't like it.
You know what the sign of a good businessman is? Trump, he admitted it. He's a good businessman. If you have a business, suppose you have he's got Trump Plaza and he wants to open up Trump condos. What he can do is take the profits and reinvest it, and actually have a loss on the next business venture, and he would not be charged taxes because the invested money went all back into it, and he also had a second business, so that went back as an investment. But you people don't understand any of that shit. You understand?
No, they don't.
They don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And you know what? You can't explain it and he doesn't have to, because it would be national security to sit and break it down to every single person to explain to them how to use the American tax system in order to make money. Because most people are enslaved.
They are exactly what the logo on their party represents. Jackasses.
Yeah.
They're jackasses.
He's a great example of a successful businessman, and you don't have to do what he says, just do what he does.
I mean, these are not capitalists, folks. Okay,
Obama,
the people who revile Trump basically want to lead us towards mindless consumerism. They want the destiny of humanity to be doomed. Okay, they want us to be pawns, like I mentioned, on their grand chessboard. That's why we're always in a state of perpetual sleep and perpetual war. While the feds, they keep saying they got the dirt on Trump. They had nothing. Comey, Trump's scared of me. No, he's not scared of you. You're fired. You're fucking fired. Okay, the shrooms, the feds are like shrooms. Okay, they're tripping. They think they're gonna find something on Trump. The Russia this and that. They're just eating shit and growing in the dark. That's what they are. There's left-wing fucking batshit crazy Looney Tunes. Okay? And let's see, who's my butthole of the week this week? It's got to be Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin, who is more annoying than Meg Griffin and uglier than anything Amy Schumer ever farted out. I mean, you are the butthole of the week, Kathy Griffin. Okay? I mean, playing the victim after posing for a macabre picture where you're displaying Trump's severed head. I mean, who do you think you are, Marilyn Manson? You're not fucking original. Marilyn Manson did it already, you stupid bitch. Okay, you make me sick. Okay, that makes me sick. Could you imagine if they would have done that to Obama? Okay, now she's playing the victim card. Oh, she's being bullied. You're bullying the Trump family. Okay, his little son probably had to see your stupid fucking picture of your ugly ass that makes out with Anderson Cooper holding up his dad's head. He's got a lot of sons, but I'm talking about the littlest one, Barron. Okay, it's unbelievable. His lady's already shaking. I mean, Trump's probably got to have body armor anytime he's freaking doing a speech, and these libtards aren't helping. These loony liberal women. Someone should tell them, oh, he's an Islamophobe. Oh my God, gay rights. Oh, what? Ivanka, his daughter, is doing all sorts of stuff for the LGBT sandwiches, and they're still bashing the Trump. Okay? They're not happy unless they're flinging their chimpanzee primate shit at Trump. It's unbelievable. Okay? It's making me sick. The libtard Looney Tune hysteria has hit an all-time high. And it doesn't look like it's going to slow down. No, the MSLSD is just accelerating, and that's why you have to support shows like this, folks. You got to support alternative media that literally puts their freaking neck on the line. I mean, we have the biggest huevos here on this freaking show, right? Big cojones. And, why do you think my wife every minute says, well, we're being targeted or someone's watching us? You hear some of the shit I talk about on this show? You'll only hear it on the Bruce Montalvo Show, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, I'm going to plug the jewelry real quick. Let's see. Made in America products. Jaja! You see that? My co-host is outside. I'm trying to have the jewelry advertised, and I'm going to advertise it myself here. Let's see. Antique Obsessions at Etsy. Antique Obsessions, Etsy.com. Beautiful, unique, one of a kind, handmade sterling silver jewelry. I mean, just stunning, beautiful. I mean, statement jewelry, earrings, you name it, we got it. Some of the most beautiful jewelry ever. Oh, she's back.
Yeah, I was outside.
She was outside.
Had to go.
Smoking a
answer
blunt.
something, yeah.
You're smoking a blunt while we're on air. Just tell them the truth.
Anyway, yeah, I thought you were doing a top 10 list. But here I am
Not
for the
yet.
infomercial. Yo, you really should check us out because we have special, one-of-a-kind, sterling silver, copper. We're out of gold, but we have rubies, diamonds, genuine, untreated. We have turquoise. I'm using Hill Tribe beads, making beautiful bracelets with big gems and fabulous necklaces with turquoise and onyx and Bali beads, Thai beads, solid sterling silver, 999 silver. That the Hill Tribe beads are 999 silver. But you should just definitely check us out. We have 2 stores on Etsy. You can go to etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions or etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture. So you can find either of our stores, one word, put them together, conceptual subculture or antique obsessions, and you could find, and then put in Etsy in Google, and you'll find either of our stores. They connect. We have a store on Amazon, handmade, and it's also called Antique Obsessions. And Rhonda. I love these troll profiles that come on us, and occasionally people try to use our stores because we're public figures, to try to attack us. But 99.9% of the time, I have Amazon up their ass because they already know that we're targeted. They've seen so many weird anomalies that only seem to happen to us. That's coming to, like, one of our old teachers wrote us like four pages of critiques.
Yeah, jewelry teacher.
Yeah.
Because he's jealous.
He was jealous, and he started to critique us during our...
But it's not just that. I mean, we're targeted because, just listen to the content we provide on the show.
Exactly. You're exposing that the dinosaurs never existed. I mean, that's mind-blowing.
Right, and I slapped the basketball earth globe right out of your freaking fingers. It's not the Harlem Globetrotters, it's the Harlem Flat Earthers. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, if you want to support this show, you want to keep hearing us on air, you can do it by purchasing our beautiful, made in America, handmade, by us, jewelry.
Yeah, we have all different styles. We have, like, very raw Wiccan, like, tribal, kind of earthy stuff, that's... I don't really like messing with gemstones, messing with the gemstone, because it takes a lot of the spiritual aspects off of it. I mean, even at the mineral show that we saw, beautiful design rings, even though they were
from inside the planetarium at the University of Arizona.
Some of them were just stunning, the untreated, but the treated, you'll see a very stable blue, a stable green emerald, and a very stable red, pinkish red ruby. But it's fake. And you could see, well, it's not really fake. I don't even know what the fuck it is, Bruce, because I see them. How could you walk down 46th Street and see every single ruby the same exact fucking color? And they're not really, they're kind of transparent. They're kind of translucent. So it's like they take any old ruby from wherever, and that's probably not even a good color. They heat it up, and they put a dye film on it.
Yeah, but we don't do that. We give you raw, untreated, beautiful gems and stones, rings, necklaces, earrings.
Goddess necklaces. These beautiful. I have a beautiful Larimar with quartz crystals, like big needle, like almost like Pocahontas.
And forget about it. It's fucking beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
We sell them. It's kind of like new. I mean, the necklaces are pretty newish. We're mostly known for our bracelets, but we have earrings too, and they just sell out really fast. And our rings, we haven't made rings in a while, but we will be making them. But we're sticking to this right now. We have to do it.
But we have everything. If you want a ring, you can buy a ring from us at Antique Obsessions on Etsy, Conceptual Subculture on Etsy. You can find us on
eBay, outrageous jewelry. We have only 2 men's for Father's Day, 2 men's cuffs left, but we will be making more, I promise, this week. We have like 3 days. We're going to bust them out like nonstop.
Well, we have a Father's Day special. Go to the store and help out the show. And you help fund the show at the same time. It's a total win-win for the Bruce Montalvo show. And you.
We'll make some copper
if you want to look pretty.
We'll make copper money clips.
If you want to look good. If you want to look schnazzy. If you want to look, fly. Yes. So that is where you go. You go to our jewelry store and you help out the show, folks. Now it's time for that top 10 list that I flogged David Letterman in, you remember that scene out of The Godfather with Fredo? Yeah, that's what happened to David Letterman. I took his freaking list. We have here number 10. This is just disgusting. Former Univision host accused of raping a 7-year-old girl. Oh my God. Univision, huh? Yeah. And they're not letting in rapists and killers? Hell, they're working at fucking Univision. Former Univision host accused of raping 7-year-old stands accused of raping girl multiple times last year. Oh my God. It never ends, folks. No, but you're too concerned about National fucking Donut Day. You don't care that there's scum on the loose, in the media, all over the place, right in your face. Number 9, Donald Trump won't move embassy to Jerusalem, at least for now. Well, what is it? We're in June 2nd. I mean, this is pretty much, it's been 70 years or something since the 6-day war that Israel had. So they probably don't want they don't want to make Israel look like they're, flexing their muscles too much. Israel's just trying to just watch for now and just watch what the, barbaric Palestinians are going to do. I mean, they'll go ape shit. Okay? They literally, the Palestinians, or should I say the Jordanians, because they already have a state, it's called Jordan. I mean, they're just barbaric tribalist scum that live in rubble and are trying to claim that their land is being stolen. They have no land. They're from all over the place, okay? That land was called Samaria, Judea, okay? And the only reason the Arabs run everything is because the Vatican lets them do it. So, I think Trump opting to not to move the embassy to Jerusalem right now is just a cautionary move so that all hell doesn't break loose for Israel right away, because those crazy freaking Hamas, they're just gonna go ape shit, and they're gonna force the Israelis to kick their ass. That's how humanitarian the Israelis are, because the 6-day war, it proved that Israel can kick any of these towelheads' asses. But they haven't done it yet. True humanitarians. No, but they want to call them bloodthirsty vampires. They're the only republic/democracy, if you want to call it that, in the Middle East. So I think that the embassy not being moved to Jerusalem is strictly a cautionary thing. Maybe they heard that the Palestinians were going to go wild. They're a terror state.
Yeah, maybe it's just too close to them, because they're right there. I mean, the Dome of the Mosque is right there.
That's right.
And it's right in town, so it's not far from their place of congregation. And there is tension over there. Where Tel Aviv, I don't think there's as much tension. Of course, there's always some creep that went into the markets and did some suicide bombing. And it's fucked up. I mean, in Palestine, where what they deem Palestine, Palestine is actually another word for hell. Okay, imagine a world where when you kill someone, somebody kills someone of a color, like in America, right? We all of a sudden there's hell in America, right? In this town, of terrorists, you kill somebody that's black, and then you get praised, and you get a statue, of you. You get full benefits. Even an American soldier in this country who thought, whatever, they went to war, they stood up for our rights, or the image of America, whatever it be. They fought for us. We still don't even give them full security, benefits, full family. Everybody in the family gets a lifetime guarantee and a piece of property, and free water and electricity. That's what happens with these fucking suicide terrorists. They are They are supervillains, and they train these little babies at 3 years old. And any motherfucking one of you...
They indoctrinate them with hate.
And every one of you that thinks that the Palestinians should be elevated and exalted, then you are fucking insane.
Yeah, you want Sharia law here? First of all, you see what they do to gays and LGBTers on their roofs? The Wahhabists?
Yeah.
They throw them off of there. Okay, to their deaths. Maybe we should just let them find that out the hard way. But you see, that's the thing. See, Palestine is like a mosh pit. And literally, I mean, the elite look at us as a giant mosh pit that's in hell, and only the true cowboys could come out of hell.
Exactly.
Right? So, it's just a hellish situation.
Well, it's hell over there, and they don't teach love, and they don't teach respect, and they don't have morals, and they don't have feelings. They don't think it's a sin to kill someone or to hurt somebody. They grow up thinking that it's okay to stab each other in the back and to kill a Jew. And
they're not going to last.
Okay.
They're not going to last. Pretty much, God's people will prevail, and not 1 inch to those pubic hair bearded bastards will be given. And they're just playing it cool right now. They don't want to agitate the beehive. Why are you gonna smack the beehive with a stick when you could flush it out with a power hose?
Exactly.
You're just trying to figure out how to get that power hose there.
Listen, everybody has a right to live on the planet, if you're here already.
Yeah, but they already have their right to live on their planet.
I think they lost
and it's called Jordan. So they shouldn't, if they want to be in Israel, Israel allows them to have a business and be an Arab Israelite in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
They have no problems. They do very well for themselves. As long as they're not running around talking about jihad and death to Judaism. Which they do.
Exactly.
They're the zealots. Okay? They're the ones that act like pigs, yet they say they don't want to eat bacon. Well, of course you don't want to eat fucking bacon because it would be like cannibalism to you, right?
It's like eating your brother and sister.
You fucking pubic hair bearded bastards. You make me sick.
They're all terrorists. They're all extremists, and I really can't stand the black Muslims because I'm not talking about the ones from Somalia or any of.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The brothers.
The brothers.
Oh yeah, he changes from freaking Tyrone to Malik Shafiq Assad.
Exactly.
Yeah, those guys, they got their head up their ass
and then
further
they got
than anybody.
Stuck up motherfucking attitudes that think that they're the shit and they can. But I don't care. You can do that, okay? And I have a lot of friends that were Muslim Brotherhood kind of guys, and they didn't disrespect me so much. But the tonality, the general tonality, is hatred to whites. They say whites the devil, Jews the devil, and the Jews.
They have no tolerance. The other day for Ramadan, okay, they shouldn't even be in Sweden or whatever. Some Swedes or whoever they're buying some beer. They start getting the white boys start getting stabbed by some because he was offended that they were drinking on his holiday. I mean, come on. Guys like that should be taken out back and beaten until they're freaking half functional.
After the whole Malcolm X thing, the whole the Muslim Brotherhood in the United States took off. And its faction, it got more and more powerful. And I think the black people that are involved with it are brainwashed too. I think they're brainwashed to hate. I think they need to chill the fuck out because people are people, and it's already fucking 2017, and everybody's like over the race thing. I mean, I guess some of you like to take.
No, they're not. They're not over the race thing. You and I and our audience, and except for the spooks that are paid to listen by the shit talkers, they are the ones that are fully aware. They're conscious of what's going on and the fact that they're all this race talk. Hey, I'm not a dog. I'm not an animal. Stop talking to me about fucking race. I'm masculine. She's feminine. Go eat a bowl of dicks.
Yeah.
Enough already with your Maxine Waters and your poverty pimps. I'm sick of it. Okay, now moving on. It's a hellish situation in Israel, and any Muslim doesn't help the situation. I'm sorry. Okay, they're just a bunch of idiots. They think that Islam predates Judaism. It didn't. Okay, it didn't. Because then you wouldn't be talking about Islam. You'd be talking about Zoroastrianism or Egypt.
Exactly.
Whatever. Okay? Yeah. And that's the thing. Well, black people talk about being enslaved, right? I remember by looking at the history books here, the right ones, didn't they have black pharaohs in Egypt?
Yeah.
So they were the enslavers.
The blacks were enslaving the Jews, I guess, I mean, as far as the story
So
goes.
shut the fuck up with your Black Lives Matter. It's more like black tantrums don't matter. Okay? We're sick of it. Number 8, more saber rattling, this time by the Japanese. Japan vows to take action with U.S. after North Korea missile test. What the fuck's Japan's problem? What is he? Are they jealous of our cozy relationship with China? I mean, Trump had the Chinese president Xi Jinping over, and he gave him that most beautiful piece of chocolate cake. Or he wants a piece of chocolate cake too. He wants the chocolate cake. He's mad. He's pissed because they didn't give him any fucking chocolate cake. Trump said it was the best. Okay, he's probably right. Number 7, Paris Climate Agreement. Trump pulled out of the pact. We already talked about it at the beginning of the show. It was a scam. It was a bad deal. Trump said, fuck you, I'm not doing it. Right? We have
Trump.
Number 6, Vladimir Putin praises Trump as straightforward and frank. Oh, that was Russian collusion. That's the evidence, right?
Exactly.
That's the evidence. First of all, aren't we working with the Russians in Moscow? Like NASA's not even in Cape Canaveral anymore. It's in fucking Moscow.
Exactly. We're in Russia.
So
just go to NASA.
There's the collusion there. It's just Dr. Strangelove, man. It keeps going on, man. It's General Slim Pickens running the fucking show.
The NASA Russian representative based at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, Russia, and is responsible for coordination of NASA programs and interests in the region. The NASA Russian representative works with the regional aerospace officials and industry representatives on key programs and serves as a local point of contact for NASA meetings and travel in the region. This is right off the NASA
That's right on
website.
NASA. That's right on NASA. See, so there you go. Number 6, Clinton goes tweet to tweet with Trump over Covfefe. Will someone please take away Hillary Clinton's Twitter? No! Take it away now. She's done. She's had one tweet too many. She's batshit freaking crazy. Okay? Trump called her out. Said crooked Hillary Clinton now blames everybody but herself. Refuses to say she was a terrible candidate, and she's blaming everybody. Like I said, she's going through the yellow pages, just calling random people, saying it's your fault that I lost. She's calling up Macedonia. She's yelling at Macedonia. She has lost her fucking marbles, folks.
I think just look at her after she lost, and she was like, I am not well. You know what I'm saying? Like her whole fucking attitude.
Why am I not 50 points ahead?
Why am I not? Like.
Oh my God.
She looked like a maniac, and I think something snapped her. Maybe she's just a victim of everybody.
Victim my ass. She is part of the Russian collusion. She is the one that. Did you not hear me? She gave ICBMs to fucking Russia, 20% of the uranium to Russia, hydrogen to Russia. Okay, she is like worse than the villain from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
And that's the suspicion that I have, is that she's just full of cover-ups. She's covering for the person who did that. She didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though she might have been, they used her.
Oh my God, she did do that, and I could fucking expose it easily. I am exposing it. Just look up your Russian fucking arms deal and ICBMs. You got a big stupid smile on your face, trying to act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
She did that, but I mean, it's not just her. she gets blamed for all of it. But meanwhile, she's covering up for so many bad guys that
She is the bad guy. Don't you get it?
I think she's out of her mind now. I think she's gone. I don't even think she's even there. I mean, she came out in all these Mao outfits. She didn't even sound.
First of all, you want to talk about mental illness. Here is a woman in Hillary Clinton that literally thinks she talks to the dead. When she was in the White House as First Lady, she thought she was talking to Eleanor Roosevelt or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Somebody in the White House. Some ghosts. That's the nuttiest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. You're going to say that Trump has mental illness? Really? Really, you batshit crazy bitch? Why don't you go be president of Macedonia and get the fuck out of my country right now?
Right.
Okay? Oh my God. What number am I on? Let me see. What was number 4? Number 4, Mexican businessman creates Trump toilet paper. What business, huh? What business? Why don't you learn to have a business in Mexico where the plumbing is thick enough to flush the fucking toilet paper down the fucking hole, okay? You dirty shit receptacle paper. There's shit paper everywhere in Mexico. It's like stuck to the walls. It's in the trees. You know, whenever they teepee a house, they don't just teepee a house. It's like filled with... it sticks to the tree because the toilet paper is filled with feces. Just like that entire country is just one giant feces that's hanging from the ass of America. Why don't they nuke Mexico now? I'm sick of Mexico. You got enough Mexicans here in the United States to cook as many fucking burritos as we want. Why do we still have to have Mexico around? I'm tired of it. Okay, none of you will ever understand the rage I have for Mexico. Okay, none of you have there's Mexican parents out there, but let me tell you something, okay? Many of you who have Mexican parents that came over here, whether they hopped the fucking border or they naturalized and did it the right way, okay? They didn't grow up in America. They have a internal disdain for America. They don't like Americans, okay? Why do you think I'm so rootin', tootin', fucking red, white, and blue? Because I grew up around fascists, socialists, totalitarian scum! And I've had it. That's why I do this fucking talk show. That's why I take the time out of my day, out of my timeline, out of my life to scream and yell, not because I'm fucking insane. It's because I'm filled with rage that I want to be the change that in my own world, folks. I want to be the change that changes things in my own world. Okay, you could be that change. You could be the governor of your own life, the president of your own fucking country. Well, you watch Family Guy, right? Some of you watch Family Guy. You remember when Peter Griffin, he had his own country? What was it, Pretoria? Well, he had the entire United States up his ass, black helicopters flying over his little house because he was his own country. Literally, you are your own country. We don't need these draconians, or even if there's a politician you like and you can't trust them, they're politicians. Look at the etymology of the word politician. Politic. Right? Policy ticks. No, it's not a joke. They're bloodsuckers. I'm not joking. I'm not fucking joking. Number 4, Kathy Griffin shocks in gory photo of Trump's fake head. Oh, shocks, yeah. It was so shocking that CNN shit-canned her ass. Look, she probably wanted to get shit-canned from CNN. I mean, that is a sinking ship. A sinking shit is more like it. CNN, yeah. I mean, really, I wouldn't host that New Year's show if they paid me. Or maybe I would, but they wouldn't allow me to. It would be zany. You imagine me hosting that shit? That'd be great. But not on CNN. Not on any network except this one, the Montalvo Broadcasting Network. See, number 3. Check this out, fact checkers. All the Hillary fact checkers out there, you better start ironing Hillary's freaking orange jumpsuit because she's going to need it. Okay? Hillary says that she beat Trump. The insanity continues. She says that she beat Trump and that Nixon was impeached. Now, Nixon wasn't impeached, and she didn't beat Trump. So literally, what I see is Clinton being walked around in like a little senile, freaking mental people's home, and she's like, bobbling her head like a fucking bobblehead. I'm the president of the United States. And the caretaker, meanwhile, is like, yes, Hillary, yes, of course you are. Of course you're the president of the United States. I mean, she's fucking crazy. Why is she allowed to be on TV? They should relocate her to the woods permanently. Permanently. Just get her an outhouse out there. She could be best friends with Bigfoot. Just get her off my fucking TV, please. Analysis. History lesson. Richard Nixon was not impeached. So here she is, Hillary Clinton, going up to give a fucking commencement speech to a bunch of retards that just occupy a seat. And literally, she's stupid. She's freaking stupid. Just quotes falsehoods in front of students who should be sharp enough to catch her on her shit. But instead, I like the ugly little old blonde lady. I couldn't believe in what she said. He wasn't impeached. She's fucking crazy. She should be... Okay, she likes being fashionable, right? You should put her in an orange fucking straitjacket.
Yeah, but all of them, John McCain, Pelosi, they're all fucking dribbling idiots, and they all probably hang out together. And they're probably the only people in the world that they understand each other, because to me, they're just nuts. And I can't. And those people, how to completely insane. I mean, really, marginally sane. I would say more. I don't even think that they're really sane. Actually, I've seen Nancy Pelosi just act like a lunatic, trip over her words.
All of them, the Maxine Waters, the Pelosi's, the Hillary Clintons, all of them. I mean, even the John Kerrys and the stupid ass Obamas. They give them these lines. Oh, just talk about flat Earth and laugh. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you're so stupid if you believe that, right? They're a bunch of jackasses. That's what they are. Stupid jackasses.
Why would Obama mention it like flat Earth 3 times if there wasn't something to it? That's what you have to ask yourself. I mean, he doesn't talk about chupacabras. I didn't hear that out of his mouth.
No, he's not Clyde Lewis, okay?
But flat Earth, it might as well be. Why is the president saying it if it wasn't true? He's giving you a clue right there, I think.
Yeah. So, I tell you what, Hillary Clinton could go up there and just misrepresent the facts like she always does, give fake news to the students, tell them that Nixon was impeached, and you could go up there and literally explain how the Freemasons have lied about education and, all throughout the beginning of time, tell us it's a globe when it isn't, and you'll be laughed off the stage. But Hillary will go up there and literally lie about history, and they'll have a thunderous fucking applause for her. Unbelievable. Number 3, Netanyahu hits Palestinians for payments to bombers. And again, the whole Manchester thing was just a Illuminati freaking psyop, false flag. I mean, what? The authorities were already looking at the Abibi or whoever the hell did it. And then they showed a picture of this guy. He couldn't even take his trash out in front of his house the right way. He looked like a little sniveling, squirrely son of a bitch. You want to tell me that guy did it? It's just another Boston bomber story. Oh, and of course, they found his passport after he blew himself up. What's with doesn't it remind you of 9/11? All these mystery passports? Oh, they were watching him, but they allowed him to supposedly get away with the big boom that killed all the little girls. First of all, I didn't see any little girl body parts, any little girl blood. I didn't see any of it. I didn't even see a fucking explosion. All I saw in Manchester were pink balloons and loud sounds and little bitches screaming.
Yo, that girl is so disgusting looking, Ariana Grande. She looks like she's got the general body of a 12-year-old, and then she looks like a 30-year-old, and
it's weird. It's like a pedophile's freaking fantasy, right there.
And she's like on an Auschwitz diet, and she walks around like a skeleton, and she's really little. Like, I think she's probably like 5'2" or something, or 5'1". She looks really short, like almost a midget. Kind of like Lady Sovereign, was in England. They kind of like these really short little people, like these dwarves. I don't know.
But Netanyahu does make a point, even though he's talking about a psyop. He makes a point that if the Palestinians would have bombed Manchester, that Abbas would have given them money.
Yes, he would have. He would have given them money, the family money, a house, and a bronze statue of them on one
These senators to Trump tell Abbas and Palestinians that payments to terrorists must stop.
So all you Palestinian lovers, like you Abby Martins and you Jimmy Carters.
And that piece of shit Linda Sauer, right? All those fucking...
She is Palestinian, but I'm talking about the sympathizers, like Jimmy Carters and Americans,
Right.
Wow. I mean, you really need to screw your head on tighter and stop being such a Jew hater that you can't even see.
Now, there's no hope for the ones you mentioned. But overall, if there are Jew haters in our audience, open your eyes, do some research, and you realize you've been lied to. And pretty much the Jews have been attacked and freaking tried. They've been almost slaughtered and victimized since their inception.
And then they also get the COINTELPRO get the double talk. They say, oh, and then they are calling. First, those people, they victimize them because they're all relatives to old Nazis that have killed them, end of the line style, and fucking Bergen-Belsen,
Treblinka,
and then they turn around and they go, oh, poor Judens, oh, but you're always crying that you're the, but now you're.
They want to deny the Holocaust, but meanwhile, the Germans kept perfect fucking records.
Yeah.
Okay, they kept perfect fucking records, and the Germans themselves said, about 6 million killed. But then you could always tell a German sympathizer when they start, bloating about how many Germans died in the war. Okay, first of all, that's the problem with ISIS today. Not to mention that they come straight out of the Pentagon. They're funded by the Pentagon. But the problem is you got all these sympathizers, all these pro-Palestinians and even feminists. I don't know how brainwashed they are to be on the side of ISIS, because Kathy Griffin cutting off Trump's head, she's like a CNN terrorist. That is like a terrorist on live TV.
He probably approves of it, though, Bruce. You don't think so?
And I don't understand how Twitter can allow ISIS members to have Twitter accounts. How literally Hamza freaking bin Laden, the new bin Laden, has a fucking Twitter account. You could tweet him.
That just proves to you that it's a whole
what
CIA
the fuck?
operation.
But I can't tweet that Muhammad eats bacon and rapes little 9-year-old girls because my Twitter could get shut down. My Facebook could get shut down. But they literally let ISIS fucking have Twitter accounts?
Yeah. They can say the Jews or Israel. They can say whatever they want, and who knows what kind of operations are going on.
Anyway, number one, I tell you, it's looking very bright and sunny. That's my freaking prognostication for the weather. That according to Trump, under Trump, we're gonna have Trump bumps in the stock market are gonna continue. Okay, the Trump bull run. I mean, did you know that literally, investors, they liked Trump's presidential speech, one of his speeches, so much that in one day the stock market gained $724 billion?
Yeah, he's really doing amazing wonders to the economy, and people should be seeing the repercussions soon.
So, number one, Wall Street hits record high as economy is seen accelerating. Now, again, Trump is saying that he was elected to represent Pittsburgh, not Paris, but he's got a lot of Wall Street insiders in that swamp. I mean, literally, Trump is run by government Sachs and the government Sachs deep state. Okay, and what he did in Syria literally reinforced Obama's red lipstick line, because you know how much of a pansy that guy is. Oh, there's a red line in Syria. Well, he made that's the key, making money for Wall Street. Okay? It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He just has a lot of crocodiles that he hired from the swamp to make money for Wall Street. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want a third world country.
Yeah,
I want a very, very rich country.
Who cares? They're the investors. They put money in the businesses' pockets.
As long as the investors aren't George Soros, but even then, I'm hearing word that there are George Soros moles trying to infiltrate the Trump administration. I mean, what, Kushner getting hefty loans from George Soros, that being uncovered?
Maybe, you could say it's Soros, but it's probably just a Soros-owned company that he applied for. So, I don't really like throwing out such easy connections and, just putting people out like that. But you're always going to, if you look, you're always going to find the negative.
And you wanted me to prove that Hillary was the one responsible, literally, for giving the nukes to the Russians? Yeah. Well, you have it here. Just look up the treaty between the United States of America and Russia, where warheads were deployed. The ICBMs there was a limit of them made, and this all happened. There was a transaction of those ICBMs between Russia and America under U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Defense Secretary Robert Gates. So she's up there advocating for Russia to have all the nukes in the world. Then she's over there poking the bear, trying to start shit, trying to get both sides in her own country. I mean, this is high treason. What she's doing is high treason. She's lucky.
She is probably royalty.
That's probably why she's going batshit crazy talking about Macedonia, because she feels the devil about to bite her ass.
This woman covered up so many people's stuff as well, Bruce, the Podestas, even her own fucking husband, the piece of shit. She covered up Obama's shit. And she just totally was just put out there to cover up people's things. So, eventually you probably would crack, a person would crack. I would think that, and then she lost, and then they psyched her out, they gaslit her, and they lied to her, and they made her look like a fool, and then, you saw a breakdown in public. She's not running for office. Nobody's going to take her serious. I mean, I think the American people, the ones who are Democrats, should be pissed off at her because of what happened to Bernie, because what she did to Bernie was illegal. Okay, so that is not really even focused on, because Bernie, I'm sure, won over her.
Oh, there's all sorts of corruption. They rigged their own primary, their own Democratic DNC election. They rigged it, and you saw what happened. There's a death investigation into Seth Rich. Getting word here that they have a name for the killer now, because before it was just a mystery death. It says here, Alpha Jallo, Seth Rich's murderer is identified. The Seth Rich and Sean Lucas connection. You see, people dropping like flies. Anyone that would expose the inside workings, the inside baseball of the DNC. And Seth Rich, the staffer that was killed, was a Bernie supporter. So he wanted to expose that they were rigging his candidate's election. So, I mean, it's getting real nutty, folks. I mean, again, what are we supposed to do? Take a quantum leap into the past to fix things? There's nothing that needs to get fixed. Donald Trump is in now, okay? The last hope for America, pretty much, is Donald Trump. Because if Hillary Clinton would have gotten in there, I mean, you'd have no Second Amendment right now. Do you know that? I mean, she's batshit crazy talking about Macedonia. She's worried about Macedonia kicking her ass. You don't think she's going to deem you to be the enemy of the state?
Exactly.
That's all she ever does. Her mission is to bust your fucking chops and create this bureaucratic oligarchy that's going to just rain shit on you. Don't even think you can have your own business. Because if the government doesn't have a hand in your business, you have no business. How about that? You didn't build that. Remember that? You didn't build that. Right. You didn't make that bracelet. You didn't sell that bracelet. I did. Speaking of selling bracelets, why don't you tell them again where they can buy our beautiful jewelry that supports this beautiful show, the Bruce Montalvo Show?
So go to Etsy.com and you can type in either URL is Etsy.com/shop /antique obsessions or Etsy.com/shop conceptual subculture. We're also on Amazon Handmade, and you can find us in the handmade section in the department, and you'll see us as Antique Obsessions. And just come and support our store. And we have fabulous designs. I'm a designer. I'm a fine artist, so you're really getting real artist work. I mean, I don't copy from anyone, and Bruce doesn't copy either. And
No, I get copied from.
Yeah, we just come.
I mean, there's at least like 3 Fox News shows that are based off of me.
I know. And then we have some really wild stuff, and real gemstones, and come and check us out. At least you can see some very hot, new, trendy runway pieces. Also, Bruce made all these clay pieces that look very fun, and they're like gold painted. They look very primitive, and they're with a piece of real leather, and we put like gems in them. They look really cool.
They look really cool. So again, you could buy our beautiful, unique, one-of-a-kind, handmade, made in America by Bruce and Jaja Jewelry at Antique Obsessions on Etsy and Conceptual Subculture on Etsy.
Yeah, and
that's simple.
Amazon.com. You can go /handmade/antique obsessions, and you will find us.
That's right. I mean, anybody. It's easy. Even a retarded terrorist from Family Guy can find us on Etsy.
Yeah.
But we don't want any terrorists because we'll get the Etsy police or the eBay police to kick your ass.
I had a provocateur actually last week. And she was starting to harass. She came with me it was unbelievable. She said, "Oh, can you reserve these pair of copper earrings for $11.88?" I mean, this was really rare. I usually sell them about $38, but they were just kind of last season's, and I was already having a sale, so I was like, fine, I'll reserve them for you. She's like, I have to check with my husband to see if he likes them or not. I just didn't even believe she was a buyer. She sounded like she was stealing for someone. So then I said to her, okay, I reserved it for you. Then she says, just let it go. My husband doesn't really, I showed them to my husband, and he's not really interested in getting them for me. And I said something, and she says, but take care, your designs are really great. I was like, oh yeah, you're trying to rob me, bitch? I was like, oh yeah. So, are you going to give my ideas to one of your friends, and I'm going to see this shit out in like two weeks, right? Like by some other designer.
Yeah, in some other magazine.
And she said, oh, well, how could you say that? My husband is an Emmy Award, won Emmys. And who are you to say that?
Troll alert.
So I was like, exactly my point. If your fucking husband was winning Emmys, then then $11 is not a whole lot of money to contemplate.
You wouldn't be complaining about $11. No, really. No, that's what we get. That's what we get. Like in every business, you get retarded terrorists coming in and terrorizing your business, just like on Family Guy. But
I shut that shit down though. I just catch them up.
That's right. They shut them down, just like the little life thing. The boop. Just like the little life thing went out for Brzezinski. Exactly. You shut them out. You shut out the light.
Putin's daddy?
Yeah, he kind of looks like Putin a little bit, doesn't he? But that's the thing. See, Brzezinski's dead, but nobody mentions the fact that it was New World Order frontmen like Brzezinski who are the catalysts, basically the fathers, the reason why we have Al-Qaeda today, why we have ISIS today, okay, why we have all these groups. I mean, ISIS, well, they were literally created by the Saudis. They leaked emails, proved that Hillary Clinton not only had a cozy relationship with Saudi Arabia, with the bad guys in Saudi Arabia, because apparently Trump went in there and he's changing the joint, right? But see, Clinton was working with the Wahhabis from ISIS out of Saudi Arabia, okay? And these are people who throw gays off of roofs. Last time I checked, there's a lot of LGBT that supports Hillary, right? Why can't they get it through their thick fucking skulls that this woman does business with their very same killers? She can't, okay? Julian Assange exposed ISIS and Clinton Foundation are both funded by the Saudis. Saudi Arabia admits to John Kerry it created ISIS. No, but none of this matters to the dumbass crats. They just keep going on and on with this old, tired Marxist mantra that is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Their KGB tactics. I mean, they're not even getting facts right nowadays. They don't even care. Well, do they think they could just get into some time machine now and go back in time and fix their mistakes?
Probably.
Right? So that's the grand chessboard, folks. The whole Manchester bombing. It was, if anything, it was just the MP3 of a bomb playing over the speakers in the arena. Okay, it was just something to expand the already bloated British police state. Okay, you can't go to Britain without having like 14 fucking cameras per street corner. They got cameras everywhere. Cameras in the cab. Cameras up your ass. I mean, it's cameras all over the fucking place. Okay? So what do you see? You had martial law on the streets of the UK right after they did some black ops paramilitary freaking drill, which is what it was.
Right.
Anything to propagate the eternal freaking terrorist that you're never going to get rid of, which is this lone wolf style terrorism. They always come through and then they kill themselves and then there's no trial. How convenient. The state wins, right? The state wins and you get your liberties taken from freaking like right out of you, like they're ripping your large intestine right out of your ass and your liberties go with it.
That's funny. I was just reading that as the it was, you're going to laugh your ass off. I was just reading about gut bacteria and probiotics, and it says as the colon's pH changes from alkaline to acidic and the good and bad bacteria go through the tug of war, some people may be experiencing grumbling, gas, loose stools, or other bowel movements.
Okay, you know, now people aren't listening. Now they're turning off the show because you're talking about shit again. I mean, whatever. You know, as long as we're talking about flushing down human-sized turds that are in government down the giant toilet that is Trump's swamp, then that sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
but my health minute would be to take a very high probiotic. I was trying to read about the weird symptoms that happen to people if you haven't taken biotics for ever or a long time, you could go through a transition period. I was just reading, and it could look like it's getting worse, and then most people stop taking it because of it, but it's not true. It's just the transition, and it's so it's very.
There literally is bacteria everywhere. I mean, just like I talked about how dark matter is subatomic particles that are falling, you know, and going right through you from space. They're falling right through you. I mean, bacteria is everywhere. There's bacteria in space, and you know, I don't want to rule out. You know, I said there aren't dinosaurs. Whatever. Maybe it's our third eye when we're high on ayahuasca, but I don't want to rule out the fact that bacteria itself could be an alien.
Yes, I think those are the alien species.
And they refer to them as archons as well. I mean, what is this parasitic bacteria? I mean, literally, we have like a city on our bodies, you know, like a dirty freaking city. I think I'll call it Palestine.
Yeah, right?
Right? Just a bunch of Gaza. You don't know, but you have Gaza all over your skin.
Yeah.
Actually, they should come up with a new disease called Gaza. There should be like some skin rash that is initiated by some type of insect. I don't know. It's what it sounds like to me.
It's like Zika.
Really, space bacteria.
Like Zika.
Okay, now I'm really getting out there into the twilight zone, but that's what we do on this program, don't we?
Yeah, but most of your problems, health issues, do come from the gut. You can always research it, whether it's parasitic or being not alkaline or viruses. Everything is like based on the gut, and also the antibiotics really wipe out the good bacteria, and you have to replace it with probiotics. And I was reading that you could take up to 200 billion. When that's what it is, 200 billion in a day. So it's a very high dose, but it should put your body in balance so you can start healing yourself. And a lot of people have been sick for years. But if you're sick for years, start with the gut. That's what they say. And they have these sauerkraut beet drinks that they sell even at Costco, and they're called gut shots, and that's good. Or kefir yogurt, and or just if you got some eczema on your skin, they're saying to mix it with kombucha tea or make your own teas, ferment it, and then splash it on your skin. I was reading. So there's that they say that gets rid of MRSA. That's what one guy who had a lot of problems with MRSA. He was in and out of hospitals and on antibiotics, but a good probiotic can eventually kill MRSA.
So not only is that your health tip, your health minute, but it's also your final thoughts. Here are my final thoughts. What is Kavfifi? Okay, what is this mystery word that Trump tweeted? Well, it's actually a word, Hillary Clinton. Okay, it's German, Latin. It stands for falsehoods. The definition of den of thieves. I mean, Trump is really brilliant. He's letting you know, he's really into the subliminals. He's like letting those who are in the know, right? But of course, they're not gonna run with the actual definition of Kavfifi, right? Mm-hmm. An action by media institutions within a country to engage in speculation of circumstantial crimes and wrongdoings. So that's Kavfifi. He got it right. So yeah, Hillary Clinton, you're gonna get the hot Kavfifi thrown in your freaking pussy. That's right. Oh shit, they're gonna send the Secret Service because I said throw hot coffee at Hillary's pussy.
But meanwhile, you should take kefir, F-I-R, kefir. It's got a lot of the 10 important bacteria.
Yeah, she is a heifer. And with that, we are out of time. You've been listening to the zaniest, most controversial, the most nutty and getting nuttier talk show host, shock jocks ever. You've been listening to Bruce and Jaja on the Bruce Montalvo Show. Shabbat Shalom, you motherfuckers. All right, see you next Friday. And remember, I love you. I really, really do. See you later, hosers.